Sugar Rush Part 2 dropping in MUT tomorrow, and yes, we will get into the egg rerolls and all that market information, but first, we gotta go through the champions. We got 8 total 98 overalls, or 10 actually. We got 8 champions and 2 LTs. The first one, Antonio Winfield, the free safety, really solid card. Amari Cooper, 98 speed. I'm gonna be honest, these names are not gonna be too crazy. Justin Fields is probably the biggest or most notable player in this drop, but stat-wise, a lot of these cards are not going to be crazy good, but then again, we have the +2 strat items, so players like Roger McCree, which have 97 speed stock, which, you know, we've gotten so many 98 and 99 speed corners lately, you would think, oh, he's not that good of a card, but he's going to get 99 speed stock. So all these cards really are S-tier players. They're cards that we've gotten, or similar cards we've gotten over the past few weeks. Morgan Moses, 98 overall right tackle. Emmanuel Ogba, former Chief, really underrated on the Chiefs when he's on there, but 93 speed definitely is a little bit slow. At defensive end, I would say 88 finesse move, not the best. 98 power move though, solid right there. Kayvon Thibodeau, it feels like he's gotten so many cards this year, but overall an all-around really good pass rusher with 96 speed. That's more like it when you want a pass rusher. James Conner, 97 speed, 99 truck, 98 break tackle. Like a lot of underrated, under the radar players got upgrades in this promo, and we're also just going through the champions, not going through the 96s. Rashaan Evans is your LTD, your defensive LTD. Low zone coverage, a little bit disappointing there, and then your offensive LTD is going to be Bobby Trees with 97 speed, but again, that is 99 with this strat card, so overall, a really good card. And yes, the information you guys wanted to hear, and we did hear that this morning. Egg rerolls are confirmed for tomorrow morning. We don't know if there's going to be one reroll, if it's just going to be a random reroll, or if we're going to get individual ones being small, medium, and large like we got last year. All we got was egg rerolls are coming to Madden Ultimate Team tomorrow. I'll actually throw up a little picture on the screen to show you guys my prediction price-wise if we are to get each individual reroll. I know a lot of you guys might be, wow, that is expensive, but you have to understand, at least for the random one being 40k, the smalls and the mediums, if you do pull them, they kind of have to be L's. That was the case for the present. So at minimum, right? At minimum, the random reroll will be 30k, but I think it's anywhere between 30 and 40k. But I'm gonna go on the high end and go 40,000 training. Really just comes down to, you know, how good and how frequent are we getting the large and extra large eggs. If you remember from the present reroll, larges and extra larges were actually pretty common, I would say. They were one of the better rerolls we've gotten all throughout the year. So hopefully tomorrow, the egg reroll, if there is just a random one, is not giving, it's like giving out larges at somewhat of a decent rate. But yeah, I'm sure people are still going to be disgusted by the amount of trading they cost, because people don't realize how expensive these eggs are this year. They're more expensive, way more expensive than last year. So yeah, like I said, I'm sure people will find a way to complain about the price of the egg rerolls tomorrow, not realizing that eggs are really expensive this year. In other news, for golden tickets, the drawings that are happening are going to be on Thursday and Saturday. You can see 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern and 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. The way it's going to work is you're going to go into the store. There's going to be a 5k golden ticket pack. You can buy 3 of them in each of the drawings. They will give you back 5k coins or a little golden ticket, but you know, you're probably not going to pull the golden ticket, but that is how it's going to work. We also did on Good Morning Madden create a community created golden ticket, and it is going to be Julius Pepper, so be on the lookout for that card. Probably will be during the first drop of golden tickets. The other, and this kind of is the cloud over golden tickets right now, is that they're not going to be getting, and this is as of right now, this might change in the near future, but for right now, they are not going to be able to get aka X Factors or 2 0 AP abilities. They can get 2 0 AP abilities, but they got to be in the same bucket, which means you can only have 1 0 AP ability. Hopefully, because everyone really is outraged by this, it just makes the golden tickets not that special. When golden tickets, that is like the perfect opportunity to make cards that are super OP. I mean, they've been handing out 0 AP abilities and X Factors all year. Golden tickets is where you kind of go out at the end of the year. It makes no sense that they're like scaling it back now. So hopefully they listen to us, because the drawings haven't even happened. They definitely can adjust this. Hopefully they do and listen to the community. Another thing that I forgot to mention about Sugar Rush Part 2 and the eggs, if you can remember the leaked players from not this past Monday, but the previous Monday before that, we got 498 overall, and there was actually 496 overall leaked Sugar Rush egg champions. So we kind of thought they were, first we thought they were going to be in eggs, then we thought they were going to be in part 2. Well, they aren't in part 2, so they're going to be in eggs to some sort. Now, right now, there's not really enough eggs to, have all those have each of an individual egg. So either one, we are going to be getting new eggs tomorrow, which is really, really cool to think about, or two, to some degree, they are all involved in an egg, and it might be like a choice pack or a random, or like a random 1 of 4 of the 98 overall eggs, but that is something to note with the content today. But now getting into the training market and just having a little discussion on where training is at right now, where I think training is going to be priced at tomorrow. And again, this is all speculation. We're not really doing too much active work or selling today on the market, so it's really going to come down to what actually happens tomorrow. Pure speculation, but I do want to have a little bit of a convo about it. First up, 96 overalls right now going for 240 to 250k. That is significantly up from yesterday. They were going for like 255 to 260 right when they announced the rerolls were coming to the game. 97 overalls right now going for 340 to 350. So that is again significantly up from the unfiltered prices yesterday. Now, well, first off, can you still buy training? You can see on the screen, you definitely still can. It's a lot harder to buy training, of course. I would say 97 overalls are way easier to buy than 96s. You can also go into the lower overalls. You're probably that's probably your best bet, as a lot of people, especially 96s, their like min price right now is 225, 230. You don't rarely, I know you just saw 2. It's rare that you see a 96 overall for close to even 200k, let alone 200k at that. So you're probably going to have to go to 97 overalls or go into the lower overalls if you want to get training more so around that 18, 19 number we were getting prior to the announcement. Now, where do I think training, and this is all speculation, it doesn't really matter what I say, whatever happens tomorrow, happens tomorrow. But where do I think training goes to with the egg rerolls being released into the game? I don't think training is going to go as high as people are expecting. For one, we only have 3 days of this egg, so it's not like we have 1 week, we have 2 weeks to sell off these cards. We have a 3-day window, man. It's a deadline. It is a tight deadline. You got to get rid of training in 3 days. A lot of people, I also think, have prepped for this egg reroll with investing in training more than any other present egg, year ever. Like, people have been prepping for this like I have for weeks. Like, we've been waiting for this forever. So a lot of people, I think, are more going to have training ready to roll already and not necessarily going to have to buy a ton. Like, there's still going to be a mass casual community is going to have to be buying training. But for the most part, I think a lot of the diehard people that are still playing MUT already have training ready and prepped, and they're just going to roll eggs. They're not necessarily going to be selling, which is a good thing because that will also kind of keep training up. But I don't know if there's going to be a shortage of training like we're really expecting, just because, we only have 3 days and people have prep. So it's definitely going to go up. It's a little bit down from right now. I think it will be more along the prices we saw this morning. So 96 is going for, 250 to 255. 97 is going for 360 to 370k unfiltered. I know that might not be what you want to hear with your training investments, but that was really always going to be the case. We were overlisting our training investments in the weeks leading up to this because even if you did sell, that was going to be around the price we were selling if we actually were going to get egg rerolls. So the price we're selling at really isn't going to change for the most part. If we would have had a week or 2 weeks to sell our training off, I would have said, stretch it out, keep overlisting your cards by 20k. We would have been listing our 96s for, 270, 275 and up the entire time. But the problem is we only have 3 days. So for the most part, we're going to be selling for the same prices we have been selling over the past 2-3 weeks. The only difference is that they're going to sell a lot more efficiently. Instead of, selling 2 or 3 out of 20 every hour you list, you're going to get 15 to 18 sales. So that's really all going to be the change. It is, of course, I've got a lot of training, and while I am going to get a ton of Easter eggs, I do kind of have to prep accordingly because I got to get rid of all my training either into eggs or onto the market before Sunday morning. We'll get into everything that we're going to do on Sunday when it comes. Trust me, we're going to have a ton of videos prepped. You're going to expect 1 to 2 videos minimum for the next 3 days. Really, it's 3 days of pandemonium excitement, though, because we actually have stuff to talk about when it comes to the market and comes to the game. But yeah, you can see in the background, I've been trying to sell cards today for like above, I would say 270 and 360 or 370 at 96, 97s. I'm not necessarily wanting to just spam list my cards today because I do want to see, maybe training does become super expensive tomorrow. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, this was going to always be a shorter video when we talk about trading, because tomorrow, that's when we'll get the actual market and see what we want to do. But that is all for this video today. Comment if you have any questions, like if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and until next time, peace.